I am English. Choose a look for myself. I'll go this one. My name is Ulti of the Zeta Endeavor. Change hairstyle. Hmm. If this was longer, I'd probably want to go with it. There are a lot of colors. There's dark blue. I'll go with that. It seems somewhat realistic, but it's also blue tinted. Because sometimes the colorful hair is just a little too, like, wildly colorful, you know? This, I think this works. I'll confirm. I'll go with this style. And change my look. Sure. These are all, like, really confusing. The meme maker would look... The meme maker, like, figured this stuff out in 2006. It works to, like, visibly be able to see things. Sure. I feel like I'm just repeating stuff. Whatever, I'll go with one of the cat mounts. Sure. That one's subtle. Okay. A good 5 minutes of just figuring out what my character's even gonna look like. It seems about right. I don't know. Fading in there for some reason. Enrollment application, Naranja Academy. Enrollment complete. Naranja Academy. Taking lessons from tradition, growing stronger and greater. I was expecting another text box at that point. It's time for you two to dive into the world of Pokémon. Hey there, Ulti Zeta here, and welcome to a new Let's Play of Pokémon Scarlet. I was almost expecting there to be like a title drop there, but there was none. I forgot, this is a modern Nintendo game. They don't like to do title screens until after you have a save file. And normally I do have a save file, but the way Pokemon works is that you have to delete your save file in order to make a new one. So I had to delete my save data. So as far as the game's concerned, I've never played this game before. Which is untrue, but you know. Paldea is a sprawling region bursting with lush nature and magnificent landscapes. Sorry, I have like a thing in front of my TV screen. It's just a bottle of like this really weird but very usable, like, it's a cold spray thing that like you spray on a part of the body that's like experiencing a bit of pain, usually muscle pain. And it sprays onto the body, and it works like, it feels like it's magical. Like, you spray it, and all that happens is that your body gets a little cold and wet for like a minute. But it just makes the pain go away. It's like it distracts the nerves or something, is what the explanation I remember hearing about. It's like, so I just have that on my desk, and it's like just barely tall enough that it covers up slight things. So it just, from where I'm sitting, it covers up the word nature perfectly right now. Just the word nature. So I just have to like move my head a little bit to see the word there. It is also, of course, home to the mysterious creatures known to us as Pokemon. They reside here in great numbers, in fact. Yes, let me continue. It's Pikachu! Pokemon can be found living all over, in the seas, in the skies, even in our cities and towns. We humans coexist with Pokemon, as we both help one another to live and thrive. Naranja Academy is here to help you learn even more about these precious partners. Within our halls, people from all regions gather to study together. And as Pokemon trainers, they have their Pokemon do battle, growing alongside them. While our robust curriculum of coursework helps our students draw forth their fullest potential. It is within these halls that you'll find your friends, your Pokemon, and your true self. We, the faculty and staff at Naranja Academy, can't wait to welcome you with open arms. It's a thing! It's a flying thing. Look at it zoom. Here's the title drop I was expecting. Pokémon Scarlet. Hey there. We're zooming. I'm just gonna get one thing out of the way real quick. Let's say one thing while this is going on. I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch 2. So, if there's anything at any point where like you've watched this game before and you've seen this game before and you're like, wow, this looks better than I remember, that might be the reason why. It might just be better on the Switch 2. I don't know. I haven't played it on the Switch 2. I only played it on the Switch 1. I know what it was like on the Switch 1. And this, in a sense, is also me being curious about if it has any improvement on Switch 2. I know it has better load times. But beyond that, I'm curious, genuinely, if there's going to be a better game performance underneath this all this time. Because it's the thing that everybody knows about with Gen 9. This game does not run well. I kind of hate that, like, beyond just, like, the annoyance of, like, you don't want a game to run poorly, but, like, Beyond that, I feel like the fact that the game hasn't always run the best, as an understatement, really overshadowed genuine criticism of the game beyond that, and also genuine, like, positives about the game. Like, it just kind of overtook all discussion about this game. And that's why I especially hate it. But, I'll get it more into that later with the actual gameplay, but I feel like you have to, like... It's the awkward thing about this game is, like, you kind of have to have that awkward disclaimer right off the top of the bat, no matter what you're doing. Like, people expect you to rag on this game, and... I don't know. I enjoyed playing it back in 2022. So... I'm looking forward to giving it another shot. So, yay. Let's go get the door. You let yourself in! This is breaking and entering, man. I am Miss Ulti, yes. On behalf of the Academy, I must apologize for the late arrival of your enrollment documents, and for my delay in introducing myself. I'm the director of Naranja Academy. You may call me Mr. Clavel. The director, and you came in person to help with my daughter. I'm responsible for the entire Academy, including any failures on its part. Another elephant in the room about Scarlet and Violet is that it has one of the slowest openings to any Pokemon game, which includes Gen 7, which is impressive. So, it's gonna be a bit before we get out of the tutorial area, so I'm gonna start, like, kind of just, like, if you want to read the kind of basic opening of a Pokemon game dialogue, you could slow the video down or something. I don't know. This is also as fast as I'm allowed to move right now. Just so you know, just for the record, I'm not intentionally not running. The game does not let you run for a bit. Also, get used to this outfit, because it's all you're really going to be seeing the entire rest of the game. That bit of trainer customization I did at the start is pretty much all you get for customization. I think you get different hats, but... yeah. We got bright orange pants, which is annoying, because, like, Scarlet and Violet, basically, the one of the big differences is just whether or not the uniforms of the school are orange or purple. And orange looks disgusting. I'm sorry. Like, it looks fine on him and his jacket, but, like, the orange pants is just like, why? The violet pants work way better. But that's that. Hello. Welcome to the world of Paldea. Ugh. Okay. All the visuals, like, changed in a frame. Critters! We provide each student entering the Academy of a Pokemon of their own. When I first played this game, I picked Sprigatito. I will not be picking Sprigatito again. I like Sprigatito, but the reason why I picked Sprigatito, my first playthrough, was because it was my second favorite of the starter trio. And I knew that I would eventually be Let's Playing this game. So I wanted to save the Pokemon that was my favorite of this trio to be the one that I would have for my Let's Play of this game. So now you have one of two options to guess which one it is. Is it the bird or the lizard? Either one is entirely valid based on my preferences, so I don't blame you if you wind up being wrong. Although, then again, the thumbnail the thumbnail spoils it, doesn't it? That's what I always do. I always put the first... Alright, well, you know that I'm picking Quaxley, then. I'm picking the bird. Yeah, the thumbnail is gonna spoil that. Okay, so, even on Switch 2, I'm noticing awkward things about, like, the draw distance and the drop shadows, so that's not a good sign. I was hoping that... I know this game didn't, like, get a big Switch 2 upgrade, but I was hoping that, like, being on the Switch 2 would at least make it perform better in some other areas. Anyways, we can still only walk this fast. But we get to walk with our friends. So, huh. There was a shadow of a bird over there, and then I looked up and it was gone, and I looked down and the shadow was gone. Wow, that Sprigatito is magical. It's just floating now. Okay. Well, this game's gonna be awkward in some ways, I suppose. But, oh well. Cabo Poco. Oh, now we can finally run. We passed the invisible threshold. Scarlet and Violet are big. They take inspiration from the Isle of Armor and whatnot DLCs from Sword and Shield. So they're fully 3D open environments. I got a Pokeball. Hooray! Where are all the guys? There they are. Sprigatito has decided to land itself. Alright. And when we come up here, this is when we actually get to make our selection. Quaxly's very stylish. And Sprigatito likes flowers. And Fuecoco likes fruit. What personally saddens me is that Fuecoco is actually my favorite of just these 3 first form starters. I think Fuecoco is cool. But it's also my least favorite of the entire line. I really cannot stand what it evolved into. I believe we'll see them later in the game, but... Anyways. Who am I gonna pick? Buenas! We haven't met, have we? I must say, I wasn't expecting to see you here quite so soon. It was like... Even when the game forced me to not walk, it was like 2 minutes. Hang on, Director, is this who I think it is? This is Arcanaby's newest student. I'm the one who moved up in the road. I've been dying to find out more about you. I'm Nimona. Normally I live in the school dorms, but home is here. What do you say, new neighbor? Wanna be friends? No. What's wrong? Did I scare you off? Maybe I came on a little strong. Miss Nimona is the president of our student council and a champion-ranked trainer in her own right. I absolutely love Pokemon battling. In fact, we should battle right now, you and me. Easy now, you two will be in the same class, so you'll have plenty of time to battle later. And you'll get to know one another better, too. We're gonna be neighbors and classmates. Nice! We'll be able to battle all we want. On that note, Miss Ulti... Sounds like you're almost like saying mistletoe or something. But that also might be because it's Christmas time around the time we're recording this. Can you believe it? Christmas in 2 days. Except not for you guys. Anyways, give me the bird. All the shadows just vanished from the world when I pressed A there. Palm! That's Quaxly, a water-type Pokemon. It may seem quiet, but its mighty streams of water can put out any fire. You'll see. Would you like to go with our good water-type Pokemon Quaxly here? Sounds like you'd do well at a job as a Nintendo Direct script reader. Would you like our good water-type Pokemon Quaxly, the duck Pokemon, for your Pokemon Scarlet game for the Nintendo Switch system? Pomp. I chose Quaxly. And I would like to give Quaxly a nickname. Quaxly's nickname will be... Oops. I pressed B one too many times, and it didn't let me nickname it. But I'm pretty certain this is one of the games where you can do a fixed nickname afterwards. I think this is one of the games where you can change nicknames just whenever. So I'm fine, and if not, then I made a save right beforehand, so I can just reload the save. Did you even have a Pokeball in your hand when you did that? Alright. I can't believe you actually chose Quaxly. Everybody usually hates Quaxly. I feel like Quaxly's like the underrated one of this generation. People don't like Quaxly from what I've seen. We make such a good combo. Can I choose one of these Pokemon too? Did you not receive a Pokemon when you entered the academy? Not back then, no. I had other Pokemon I was focusing on raising at the time. Also, ignore the fact that when the scene shifts, all of the camera... whenever the camera changes, all the scene elements just, like, take a frame to load or two. I want to raise a new Pokemon alongside her. It's so goddamn noticeable, even on the Switch too. Oh god, there's no way I'm not going to be able to point it out because it's just a thing that happens all the time, and I don't know. As much as I hate the way this game performs, it doesn't perform good, and it's just a thing that's like, it's impossible for me to not notice it. So I'm going to be talking about it. I don't know what to say. I want to talk about other things. I want to be earnest about this game. And that does involve talking about its most obvious problems, I guess. But, again, I do want to treat this positively because I liked Scarlet when I played it. And I'm hoping to like it again still. So, she's fun to Pokemon battling. I like Nimona. She's cool. She's probably the best rival we've had since Cheren and Bianca. I guess Hugh was fine. I kind of always forget Black 2 is a thing. Well, it's not gonna... I'm pretty certain the change nickname thing was supposed to be around here. But... it's not letting me, so... be right back. Here, I can show you this. It's the title screen, presented by Game Freak. Hooray, Pokemon Scarlet. I should be right on the stairs. Yay. Okay. Now then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What am I going to name you? All this time, and I still am not entirely sure. I've been thinking, like, do I want to name them after a character from DuckTales? Because I like that cartoon a lot. But, like, something about that just doesn't seem quite right to me. So, it's not like I dislike DuckTales or anything. It's not like I dislike naming things after characters. Like, that was the entire gimmick with Gen 8 for me, was I named them all Doctor Who characters. But, this time around, I don't know. I'm not feeling any of those characters for, like, this vibe, so I don't know. What do I want to name you? Well, I know that you turn into a dancer. And Paldea is based on Spain. So, maybe I can name you after, like, Tango or something. Perhaps. That's a Spanish dance, right? I hope it is. I hope I'm not being incredibly culturally blind right now. Salsa, I think, would work. I think. I'm really showing just how uncertain I am about this sorts of... I could say I could just Google it, but now I'm worried now I'm gonna get a stupid AI dumb-ass response. Also, if I think Tango, I think, like, the cat from Mega Man 5. So that... Well, I guess that does confirm that Tango is at least musical. Because that's the theme of all the Mega Man robots. I don't know what kind of dance the evolution does. I just know that he is a dancer. So I don't know if there's like a better name for him. Salsa is a Latin American dance, not a Spanish dance. Interesting. Okay. So salsa does not work. Tango is the same. Okay, so is there an actual Spanish dance I can name this after? Let's find out. Okay, there's a different type of tango, apparently. This is not nearly the exact same kind of dance that the Quaxley line winds up doing, but it did seem to have, like, an emphasis on, like, step movements, so I think it works fine enough. And also, it's actually Spanish and not Latin American. So, let's go with flamenco. A word that I've only previously known because of its use in Punch-Out. But I think that works. I think it works. And if it upsets you, I apologize. I tried my best as an idiot white American. Okay, we got our Quaxley for realsies, and I'm only 35 minutes into my recording. Okay. Now we can go fight Nemona. So, one thing I'm gonna say is that I'm just gonna kind of preemptively say, like, expect the opening acts of this game to be, like, 3 episodes long. It's a long introduction, so we're probably not gonna get out of, like, the actual, like, opening intro for quite a bit. From what I remember happening, like, I remember speedrunners taking an hour to get through this opening bit. So it's probably going to take me about twice as long. I don't know. I'm not even saying that as, like, a huge negative, because most of the time, these games are not really necessarily designed for the sense of, like, actually playing the game over again, which is why, again, they don't let you really easily, like, start your save file over again, usually. Like, they don't really design these games or tutorials or openings with the sense of replaying them. So while it does annoy me when they're super slow, it's not, I don't like, oh my god, it's like, this is badly designed, how could they bother to do that? Why is it so slow? Oh god. It's like, I don't know. Like, this is probably going to be the second and final time I ever do this in my life. It's not really that big of a deal, and speedrunning is a niche. So, like, whatever. Let's have a fruitful battle. Nemona has, frankly, one of my favorite songs in this game. Alright, Flamenco versus Fuecoco. Unfortunately, Nemona is still a friendly rival in the sense of she picks the Pokemon who's weak to you. They try to justify it in this game by being like, oh, she's, like, super strong, and she's now, like, what's the word for it? I think it's smurfing? That might be wrong. She's basically, like, handicapping herself to try, because she's, like, supposed to be more experienced and whatever. So, like, there's a story reason for it, which is fine. But the end result is still the same in that, like, you're fighting something that's weak to you. Honestly, I do really still think that Gen 5 did it the best when it gives you both. It gives you a rival who's weak and a rival who's strong against you, and I think that works the best in that situation, but... Oh, well... They seem to be locked into this idea of the friendly rival, and I think they have been since... What was it, Gen 6 or Gen 7? I genuinely don't remember X and Y. Again, I genuinely don't remember those games already. I know it's been like 3 years since I played Y for the channel, but... Wild that I just don't remember. That game just leaves my mind. It's so forgettable. I am a world-class Gen 6 hater. Nemona got caught up in the excitement. Don't worry about it. We're fast friends even though we've only just met. Take me to school. Let's go to school. Every kid's favorite dream. And Rotom is just the phone forever. Our homeroom teacher, Mr. Jacques Q, actually made it himself. Back in my day, we used ordinary paper and handwritten notes to compile our Pokédexes. Impressive. There's a very weird thing with the Pokédex. Kind of, it's been around since Gen 1, but like... It's this weird element of like, trying to keep the tradition alive, but not necessarily having like the exact same like... intent behind it. Because like, back in Gen 1, like, the Pokédex was this explanation of like... doing research to like, just... help a catalog, in that sense. So, like, it was just you and Blue to, like, fill out the catalog for one Pokemon professor who was, like, trying to get that catalog and engage with that. So, you know, that was a big deal at the time. But then, like, even since Gen 2, it's kind of just been this question of, like, why do you ever need, like, this new catalog? I understand, like, the gameplay reason for it. It's, you know, to keep track of the Pokemon you've caught. To give you a bit of a reward for that. But, lore-wise, it never has made sense again. And even in the first game, it kind of didn't make the most sense. But it was still kind of acceptable. Because it was a Game Boy game from 1998. Hi, I'm going to school. We're gonna have so many teachers that I'm never going to talk to. We're going to boarding school, and we got a sandwich from Mom as a key item. It's very important. We have 5 potions. We're gonna catch wild Pokemon. This way. There's more poppin' with the trees. Can I move? Can I move? Yes, now I can move. Oh, you can look at that poppin'. If you ever just like look ahead in this game, things just pop in, and it's very weird. There's some things that fade in, but other things that don't, and that's kind of weird that there's like a difference. This is Poco Path. I apologize if I ever mispronounce any Spanish words in this playthrough. There's not going to be a ton, but there are some. The path that leads to adventure for you and me. Out here, things are different than in town. You're going to see wild Pokemon out and about. They'll be on the path and in the grass and such. Get too close to one, you'll have to battle, but you've got Quaxley for that. You want to try to catch a Pokemon, you gotta use a good old Pokeball. Wow, I'm actually impressed you have one in your hand. It just vanishes when I put my hand underneath it. They couldn't be bothered to animate my character's hand moving to the Pokeball you put in frame there, but at least there was an item in frame there, which is a step up from every other time this sort of thing happens. Ay. Here's hoping Gen 10 gets more visual polish. It's a pig. Oink oink. What look? Time for learning by doing. Try battling this Lechonk. Wasn't there grass right... Oh, it faded away because, like, I was doing stuff. I'm gonna put characters between that. Yeah, you can kind of see it, like, faded in. So, like... Yeah, that bush was, like, visible and then it wasn't. Anyways, Lechonk. Yeah. It's a pig. We got Lechonk. I'll name it Pig. Hooray. I have a pig. Haha! Or, no, that Hala? Okay. That was awesome! You caught the very first Pokemon you went for. Have more Pokeballs. Yay! Go catch Pokemon. Let's meet back up at that lighthouse over there. I will probably end the episode at that lighthouse. I do want the first couple episodes of this to be a little longer, just to make sure that I get through the game. And just opening a bit faster. Well, faster in terms of, like, episode count. Yeah, anyways. Let's catch some Pokemon. How do I get you? I can't jump, so, I can get you. You're the same thing, but on the ground already. I like this guy. It's Tarantula. Tarantula, but it's round. I don't think it will be... I think it's going to be a little bit before we get any, like, a second true team member. But I do like this guy. And I do have a bit of incentive to try to catch things in this game. Because nowadays Pokemon is running, like, these things on Pokemon Home where if, like, you get, like, a living dex from a particular game in Pokemon Home, then, like, you get free shinies. So, like, that's kind of a neat thing. So, like, I don't know. I already have, like, maybe, like, 20% of the Paldean Pokédex, but not all of it, so it's like, I don't know. I'll catch some things, sure, why not? Plus, it also shows off some of the, you know, the new Pokemon, so that's a fun thing. Doop-a-doop-doop. Zoobleep deep. What other things are there for me to see? I'm actually just realizing that, like, the whole, like, catching things doesn't just apply to Gen 9 Pokemon. It involves every Pokemon, including Scatterbug and Hoppip and Fletchling from all these other generations. I'm realizing maybe I don't want to put myself through that. So, maybe I don't want to do that. Anyways, look at all these items I can pick up. They're glowing. Oh, hello. I didn't know I could find you this early on. Palmy. It's Pikachu! Get it right! Well, we got Palmy now. It's the mouse Pokemon. It's the Pikachu-like of this game. And I'll name him Palmy. Yay! I didn't know they were this early in the game. But now I have one. All of the birds vanished! Right in front of my eyes! Am I getting the hang of how to catch Pokemon? I have 4. Gagao! That's not how you count to 4, Nimona. Silly. Find the source of the mysterious cry. Now I'm gonna pick up these items first. Where did all the birds go? I can still hear them. They just vanished. Well, the direction we're gonna go is this way. Maybe I should end the episode around here-ish. 'Cause... well, it's probably like... I can probably cut 10 minutes off of my actual recording time. So it's probably been about 40 minutes. 43, 45, 4-ish if I'm overestimating. It's the flying guy from the intro. The legendary that's on the box art. Agia! He yelled so loudly that the ground beneath my feet crumbled. But my phone caught me, because that's how phones work. Yipe yipe. Hello. What's up? You gonna yell at me too? Seems to be too weak to move. You wanna eat my phone? You wanna eat my book? Fine, I'll feed you my sandwich. I will go hungry now. Gomp. You're such a gomper. Yay! Hello. He's going in that direction. Agios! Glowing. He's got fists of fury. Now he walks on both feet. Hello. Got big stompers. Okay, bye. Oh, there he is. I'm curious, like, at what point does he go away? He doesn't go away. So why do they make him vanish in the cutscene only to literally, like, there's not even a fade in there. He just, suddenly he's there instantly. It's like the opposite problem. Okay. Oh, now I gotta walk slowly next to him. But only when we're next to him. Look at him stomp. It's so green up here. Oi, ulti. Hi. How'd you know to come over here? I'm fine. My phone caught me somehow. Get back up here. Okay. What just happened? I went back over this way because there was like... I noticed, oh wait, there's an item. And then like, the ground clipped and I drowned somehow. Was my character still moving when like the scene happen, because, like, I can do that, obviously. So that's what happened, like, in that sense, but, like, it wrenched control away from me. All I was doing was this. I wasn't aiming for the ocean. And it was wild that it happened in the middle of the cutscene. Anyways, hi, Houndoom. What you doing up there? Looking at me. Also a young goose here, but I don't care about a young goose. Moving very weirdly. I want the item. Let me get the item. Thank you. It may just be a potion, but I don't care. Apparently there's an invisible wall here. I've never really, like, explored this, like, area in this sense. So it's just kind of funny to see how it's breaking. There's an item down there! Hey! Oh my goodness gracious, it's like there's two of me. Okay. Hey, let me get the item. Wait, I can go over this way now? I had that thought because of, like, how it was, like, treating me going over to that cave. I think the invisible walls are related to him over there. Anyways, pack of puppies. It's a horde battle. It goes roar. He's waiting for me, but I'm pretty certain I saw... Yep. Rowdy Pokemon live in this cave. But I've got a bodyguard. I can't go that way. The invisible force of not being by my dragon is preventing me from going around that particular stalagmite. Why does the game make me walk so slowly? I feel like there's not supposed to be camera movements during that. And yet, straight up pulverized that rock. I wonder what move that was. It was Rock Smash, obviously. Look out, something's coming. Hi. Doom! Hi. Go, Quaxley. You can beat a level 40, I believe in you. Well, they don't even let me select a move. Which is kind of silly. Roar. He's the leader of the pack. You know him well. He's finally back to send us to hell. Hi. Save me from the dogs. I still think that the weirdest thing about Pokemon not doing voice acting is that they make scenes that would work with voice acting, and they have all these other sound effects and audio things that, like, make it even more obvious that there's no voice acting. I don't really personally care if the games don't have voice acting, but, like, it's just so awkward to have, like, mouth flaps with no noises, and then he jumps up and she's like, clap, 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 and you hear the claps. It's like, it just messes with your head. Like, I don't need voice acting for, like, text boxes like this. Sure, whatever, like, way to go, whatever. Like, there's a difference there. It's the fully animated cutscenes like that, where it's just like, you need something. You really need something. Anyways, now he's sleepy. Good, Ugh. I still like the game, I still have a smile on my face, but man, its visuals are gonna be the death of me. I didn't tell it to do anything. It's also kind of weird that they don't even have, like, basic, like, or or, you know, like, basic grunts, you know? The things that, like, Link would have. Characters just have, like, nothing. Here's hoping Gen 10 fixes that. Eventually. Maybe. You got a black Rotom. That's cool. We got Swift. TMs can only be used once because we're stupid again. Who cares about convenience like Gen 5 had? Let's just get to the lighthouse. I'm gonna do that in the next episode. I'm gonna end now because my recording has been 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Yeah, my recording's been 10 minutes. That's totally fine. No, it's been an hour now, and while there's things gonna be cut out, I still don't want it to get too long. So, yeah, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet, we're gonna go over there, and then we're gonna go to the left and do other things. You can see on the minimap, there's a pathway to the left. And, I don't know, maybe if I play enough, we'll get out of the tutorial section. But for now, bear with the opening of the game. And hopefully, we will all be having a good time, even though there's going to be visual bugs, because that's just how this game works, it seems. Just accept it, I guess. I don't know. Again, I liked the game, and I will be talking about positives with this game. Trust me, I will be talking about positives. This is not going to be another Gen 8 situation. I will have things to say that I like.